Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to this video. So today I'm doing a breakdown of the state of New Hampshire, of how to vote in 2016 and what to look out for in 2020. If you haven't seen them yet, I previously did videos like this in the states of Florida, Georgia, and Texas. So after this video is done, make sure to look out for those videos as well and watch those videos. I really appreciate it. I'd also really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It helps me keep having motivation to do more of these videos, so I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out with that. So the state of New Hampshire's a state that I really like. I'm really fascinated. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you'll know I'm from Massachusetts. So I go up to New Hampshire a lot, so I feel like I know a lot about the state. And I feel like New Hampshire's a state that could potentially be a lot closer in 2020 than a lot of people and a lot of polls might suggest. So President Trump, I think, has this fascination with New Hampshire because New Hampshire was the first state that voted for President Trump in the primary in 2016. If you remember, Ted Cruz technically won the Iowa primary by a very, very close margin, but Trump did technically lose in Iowa. But New Hampshire, which has often been known as the state in the Republican side, whoever wins New Hampshire often goes on to win the primary. And President Trump won New Hampshire. He went on to win the primary. And I think President Trump wants to go out and win New Hampshire. If anything for the map, but I think for a lot of ego and a lot of pride, he wants to win New Hampshire, saying, they gave me my first win. I want to go out and win here. So I think President Trump, we saw with his rally a few days ago, that President Trump is making a big, big effort to win the state of New Hampshire. And I don't think he's done. I think President Trump's going to come back to New Hampshire. I wouldn't be surprised if he does another Air Force One runway Manchester Airport rally again. I wouldn't be surprised if he does that again in the next month or so. So yeah, look for President Trump to make an effort in New Hampshire. Also, the September 8th, which is Tuesday, is the New Hampshire primary. Keep an eye on that coming up. I expect the Senate candidates to go up against Gene Shaheen will be Corky Messner. That's why I think we'll win. I'll probably do a video recapping New Hampshire. I don't know if I'm going to do a prediction video because I did this. I'm doing this video and I'm doing the Senate map video. And I talk about New Hampshire in both of them, so I'll just do a recap video probably. But and then for the governor, Chris Sununu is very popular. He's going to be renominated by the GOP. I think the Democrat candidate will be a guy by the name of Dan Feltus. He'll go up against Chris Sununu. I think Chris Sununu is going to win pretty big, probably within 10 to 12 points. I think Sununu will probably win. I don't think it'll be too close considering how popular Sununu is. So yeah, that's kind of the update on what's going on in New Hampshire right now. But back to the map. So New Hampshire, key for President Trump, because President Trump is playing catch up in this state if he wants to win. President Trump needs to do what Republicans need to do to win is rally up the vote here along the Massachusetts border. This is where people from Massachusetts move up to avoid the high taxes. They'll live in these three counties. They'll live throughout the southern border. And some do switch to the Republican Party, but most of them continue to vote Democrat, despite the fact they're fleeing from a very Democratic state where there's a lot of high taxes. Why they do that, I don't know. I'm not here to judge them or talk about them, but point being, a lot of Democrats move up to New Hampshire. So for Republicans to win, they need to win the Massachusetts border. They need to win along here. This county, Hillsborough County, which has both Nashua and has Manchester. Manchester is the biggest populous city in New Hampshire. New Hampshire doesn't really have any huge cities, but Manchester is technically the biggest one. Manchester and Concord are the two cities, sort of, in New Hampshire. So Manchester is where most of the Democratic votes will come from. And you saw that Hillary Clinton almost got 100,000 votes just from New Hampshire, and she got 348,000. So that's about close to a third of the vote came just from Manchester. So President Trump needs to win Hillsborough County. He needs to do very well. He needs to do very well in Rockingham County as well. He needs to bring up the vote here. This county, Sullivan County, it's tiny, but President Trump needs to do well in the rural suburban areas and rally up the vote because President Trump's going to lose Cheshire County, which is close to the Vermont border. Concord, President Trump might do well in Merrimack County, but he'll probably lose here just for the fact that it is Concord. Stratford County, that has Dover, it's on the Maine border. That part of Maine is typically more liberal, and I think this is near where Portsmouth is, so it's very likely that President Trump is probably going to lose this county. So President Trump needs to win these smaller red counties. They're small, but he needs to rally up the votes because every vote counts in a state like New Hampshire, where there's not too many people compared to the rest of the state. So every vote in every small county does help. So President Trump needs to rack up the votes here. He also needs to keep an eye on Grafton County. This is where a lot of colleges are, like Plymouth State and Dartmouth College. So there's going to be a big turnout. With COVID and stuff, will those numbers be lowered? Maybe. Turnout might be lowered in Grafton County, which could potentially help President Trump. But President Trump needs to really bring up the vote in Rockingham County, Hillsborough County, Merrimack County, Sullivan County, Belknap County, Carroll County, and up here in Coos County. It's tiny, but it's still a rural, foresty county President Trump needs to do well in if he wants to win. So that's kind of like the statewide of New Hampshire. I do want to show you one more map, which I always find interesting. This is New Hampshire by town. This is a New Hampshire town map. This helps you put the Massachusetts border more in perspective. So the Massachusetts border is this white that goes along here. See, you have all these red counties going up until Nashville. You have Nashville that's blue. You have Hollis that's blue. But then the rest of these are all red until you get out to Winchester and Hinsdale, which are tiny, but still. So a lot of people will move up into these counties. So President Trump needs to do well in these counties. He needs to outperform here. He needs to do well up along the eastern seaboard, like Hampton, Northampton. They are liberal, but they have a lot of like wealth in these areas. So if President Trump can do well there to offset what Portsmouth is doing and what Dover is doing, Manchester. Manchester's got 25,000 votes. See, it's going to vote for Joe Biden. Concord has about 13,000, not big, but when you put it in the county, it starts to really rack up. And then, as I mentioned, in the other county, these Democratic townships and stuff, they start to rally up over time. So President Trump really needs to do well throughout really the southern part of the state. President Trump really needs to rack up the vote. President Trump should win like some of these smaller counties up here. See, they're hundreds of votes. They're not that big. President Trump should try and get as many votes up here as he can. But what President Trump really needs to do is from here down, he really needs to rally up the vote and turn out the vote in like middle to southern part of New Hampshire. If President Trump wins New Hampshire, he's going to win it down here. He's going to win it in southern New Hampshire, and he's particularly going to win it in the Massachusetts border. President Trump wins New Hampshire from here down. That's how he's going to do it, and he's going to do it by rallying up the vote on the Massachusetts border up until about Concord. And all these counties up here, President Trump needs to win from here down to win New Hampshire. So that's the key takeaway from the state of New Hampshire. President Trump wants to win there. So on election night, if you're looking at New Hampshire and you're trying to see who's going to win, what do you keep an eye on? Keep an eye on this county, Hillsborough County. If it's going blue and Sullivan County's going blue, that means Joe Biden and the Democrats are outperforming and President Trump's probably in trouble. If Trump's winning all three of these counties in every county he won last time, then that means President Trump at the very least is in play of winning the state of New Hampshire. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.